hello, good afternoon to you all, and welcome to our community hangout, Above and Beyond Hangout. And like the Eurovision, this is done simultaneously in different parts of the world, namely in Lisbon and Porto. We are here from Porto, and let me see if Lisbon is online. Hello, Lisbon, are you listening? Okay, Patricia, we are seeing you, but we don't hear you.
And now?
Now, perfect.
Okay.
So, how's the weather there?
It's perfect. I'm almost on my t-shirt. So.
Okay. Here, the same. This winter sunshine is amazing. No, I'm kidding. It's cool as hell. Well, welcome again. I'd like to start by a few words about Startup Portugal. Everybody knows what is Startup Portugal? No. Somebody knows? Who knows? Hands up. Okay, we have two in Lisbon, and two in Porto, and in Lisbon. So, Startup Portugal is a non-profit association funded by public money in Portugal that deals directly with the government, namely the Ministry of Economy, and has the mission to boost and develop the Portuguese entrepreneurial ecosystem. So what does this mean? It means that we are entitled to design and propose and to deploy with the government the national strategy for entrepreneurship. In practical terms, this means that we help founders and startups and investors and incubators and universities to connect with each other and to build a stronger community that does well for whoever wants to venture and whoever wants to start a business and make that business grow in Portugal to the world, or that wants to bring their business into Portugal also. We do this using several initiatives and programs. For instance, we organize the Portuguese presence at the Web Summit every year in Lisbon. We take in our program Road to Web Summit more than 115 this year, 115 companies, Portuguese startups exhibiting with special conditions to the Web Summit. We organized internationalization missions. We call it business abroad missions, and take Portuguese startups abroad and connect them with international partners, clients, investors, in order to make it easier for their scaling up and their expansion. We also recently, since last year, we are designing and deploying funds, European funds for startups and incubators. We deploy vouchers for startups and for incubators in Portugal. We are managing more than 100 million euros dedicated to the ecosystem. We also have the responsibility to map the Portuguese ecosystem. So if you go to our website and choose Deal Room, we have a partnership with Deal Room that shows and communicates whatever is important in our ecosystem, all the startups, all the incubators, all the investors, tech hubs, universities. So if you go and see dealroom.com in our website at Startup Portugal, you can meet easily the relevant stakeholders and actors of our ecosystem. And an important thing, we also design and study and propose and implement public policies to boost the ecosystem. Recently this year, we have seen relevant results in this chapter. We have a new startup law in Portugal that was made in coordination with Startup Portugal and approved by the Parliament, and that for the first time we have in Portugal a legal definition of startup and scale-up. This means that we can direct specific grants, subsidies, supports, and regulations in order to benefit these types of companies. It's a very important step that can enable future additional advantages for these companies, and we have 2 or 3 already in place using this legal definition of startup. The first one, an important one, we have one of the most relevant and competitive tax regimes for stock options. It's a very important instrument for startups to attract and retain workers. As you know, we have a tax rate of only 14%, effective rate of 14% applicable to the result of that stock options at the end moment, so at the liquidity moment. It's one of the most interesting tax rates of Europe regarding stock option plans. We also have special conditions to programs that EFP, which is the Employment Institute in Portugal, dedicated to the employees of startups. So it's important, for instance, the program Avançar has special conditions to companies that are recognized as startups and to their employees. We also are expecting in the next state budget 2024, which has been approved by the Parliament, to have a special IRC, so tax for company rate of only 12.5% for startups again. And also we will be able to maintain the special regime for non-residents, which allows the beneficiaries to have a 20% IRS interest rate for 10 years if they don't live in Portugal previously, in the previous 5 years, to benefit from that special tax rate if they are employees of startups. So we are waiting for the final text of the state budget for 2024, but these were proposals that we fight for, that we negotiated, that we proposed, and we are expecting that they can be included in the final version of the state budget that will be published approximately. So this is what we do at Startup Portugal. We have also One Stop Shop, which is a program where we receive doubts and questions from everybody that wants to know more about our ecosystem. So what programs do we have in Portugal? What do we do to attract and retain investment from startups and from employees of startups? And this is a very important program, One Stop Shop. You can also find it in our website. And well, let me start to also talk a little bit about SIM Circuit. SIM is our designation of startups investment matching, SIM. And we already started a SIM Circuit. That means a roadshow that is going to pass through all regions of Portugal. And this roadshow will showcase the most relevant startups of each region that were capable of receive supports for PRR funds and that were able to have a positive decision on those support programs. So we already went to Vila Real, Aveiro and Leiria, and we were very welcomed, and it was very warm sessions in these regions. And in the beginning of next year, in January, we are going to be in Castelo Branco, Porto Alegre and Santarém. So please stay tuned for the next events in this SIM circuit and join us in different regions of the country. This will all end in May, 2 to 4th of May in Porto, here where we are in Alfândega, with the SIM conference, where we will showcase all the startups and we'll be matching them with national and international investors that will have participating in this big event that we'll be organizing together with Câmara Municipal do Porto, our supporter, in Alfândega from the 2nd to the 4th of May 2024. Well, what better way to celebrate Christmas than to have a pitch marathon? It's amazing, right? What we think when thinking about Christmas, we at Startup Portugal think about pitching Santa Claus. But I hope you feel inspired because we have very interesting startups showing here at our event today. Let me first thank our great jury and introduce them. In Lisbon, we have Rita Branco, impact partner at 3XP. Rita, are you there?
Yes, she's here.
Okay, great.
Yes, hi Antonio. Hi everyone.
Hello, Rita, and welcome. Thank you. We have Carlos Mendes, managing partner at Union Venture Builders. Carlos, are you there also?
Yes, I'm here.
Great. Welcome,
Thank you,
Carlos, and
Antonio.
thank you. Okay, and here in Porto, we have Rui Finteiro, investment analyst at Beta Capital. Where are you, Rui?
I'm here. Hi, everyone.
Okay, hello, Rui. You are well seated here in this chair. Thank you. Thanks for coming. And we have also João Pereira, investment director at Portugal Ventures. He's an old friend of, okay, an old partner of Startup Portugal. Welcome, João, again to our events. So thank you so much to our jury. Thank you for all the startups, 8 startups that are going to be pitching today. And I will pass the floor to Patricia Roque from Lisbon to continue this presentation.
Thank you,
very
Antonio.
much and welcome.
Thank you for this introduction. So first I want to have like a round of applause for our founders who will be here pitching today. Come on. We'll have 8 startups pitching. Unfortunately, 2 of them didn't make it to the venue, one in Porto and one in Lisbon. So first I'll explain the rules. So for the startups, you have 3 minutes to pitch, okay, with the slides. And then after that, we'll have 2 minutes of Q&A from the jury. The jury can ask questions either from Lisbon or Porto, regardless of where the startup is. In the end, we'll choose a winner in Porto and another one in Lisbon. So the jury should choose a finalist from the 4 startups pitching in their city, and then we'll say the final winner by the end, okay? So to start, I want to ask Nuno Amiar from BrightGov to pitch, okay? Good luck.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nuno, and I'll start the pitch now. So basically, I'm co-founding BrightGov. We are a GovTech company focused on online voting solutions. And whenever I talk about online voting, I feel like I'm talking about the elephant in the room. So I try to make this pitch a little bit adapted in that view. Should I point? It's not working. No, agora já. Ok. Tá, obrigado. Okay. So this data that I'm showing is not something I made up from my mind. It's actually data from the Pew Research Center. So, for instance, on the left graph, what we see is the mistrust in politics in general. So, and this data is from the USA, but I believe the same could be applied worldwide. Basically, people are not trusting the politicians, and this is a trend which has been increasing from ever since many years ago. At the same time, we not only are not trusting the politicians, we are not voting. People are not going to vote during elections, And this is a trend, again, not necessarily in USA, it's a global trend in the world and everywhere. And there's also another metric I like to always talk when I talk about online voting, which is, I don't know if you guys know, but more than half of the resources, financial resources of the world are in the hands of 1,500 people. So there's very few people who own most of the finance resources in the world. At the same time, we don't trust our politicians, and at the same time, we are not voting. This is where we are right now. And, excuse me, okay. So yeah, again, we are leaving, and this is the source is the study by the Center for Strategic International Studies. I believe it's in Norway or somewhere close. And basically it says we are living in the age of mass protests. So we have never seen so many people going to the streets, protesting against the government, worldwide trend again. And this is, it's named the age of mass protests. At the same time, another study from The Economist, which is called the Democracy Index, it evaluates the level of democracies that we have today. And it has been showing the score. So for example, Portugal, it lost the score in the last Democracy Index. And this is the situation and the problem we are living right now. So yes, online voting with the blockchain technology, we can say, and we can prove, that it's more convenient, as secure, and actually faster than paper voting. And this is a fact. And this fact is particularly important whenever we are discussing a voting session with the millions of people. It's very hard to stop a country to make people to go vote in a paper. We at BrightGov, we do not advocate for a replacement of paper voting with the digital voting. We defend both systems should be running in parallel. We can go vote in paper for national elections, and sometimes we vote online. Okay, tens de terminar. Yeah, I had so much to say. This is use cases. So there's online voting in the Scouts in UK. There's online voting in France, Chamber of Agriculture. There's banks voting online. There's many use cases. And just last slide. Yeah, last slide. I'll show this one. So basically, online voting currently is a market of $330 million worldwide, and is expected to grow faster than SP 500. So whoever is looking for investments, this is a good opportunity to do so. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. You were very brave, even with all the technical issues. Thank you. So now, the jury, you can stay here. You can stay here. The jury, do you have any questions here? Or...
You ended up missing a couple of slides. Maybe understand a bit more. Who are the clients? You are not substituting the paper voting. What are you delivering? I didn't understood. What are you delivering if you don't substitute the traditional voting system?
So currently, the biggest market for this technology is in the multinational corporations. So for instance, Tesla is using online voting for shareholder voting. And we have many more examples. We have Barcelona Football Club. They have used online voting in 2021. And Everton Football Club in UK is also using online voting. And there's many use cases and there's many people using it. Because we are a small startup and we cannot address the entire market, we are focusing on associations and NGOs that by their own nature, they need to make democratic decisions. They are not owned by, they're not proprietary organizations.
Yeah, but for that, you have a lot of competition, even structured companies that work for the general assemblies of companies that are taking their votes for general assemblies, and for that you have a lot of competition. You started positioning you for countries, and the name it's kind of positioned for countries, and now you are positioning the service for companies. I didn't get the I didn't understand how are you, where are you, what is your market indeed?
Currently, we have two potential clients that we are already started working with. One of them is a Web3 community, a DAO, and another one is the Scouts Association in Portugal. If I have to think of my ideal client, to me, is whenever there is a large organization, whenever there is a large group of people. This is where I think this technology is most powerful.
Just a quick question. First of all, congrats on the presentation, and I think it's a major issue, so congrats on the project. I just wonder, from your experience, because I think this is an issue, why isn't this going faster, the online voting theme?
This is a very interesting question. I ask myself this question every day. First, I think, to answer your question directly, I think most of all, this is a societal change of paradigm. It's a way we need to change our the way we think and we interact with each other and we make decisions. We are not used to be part of the decision process of many things in our lives. We are used to be told what to do. So the biggest challenge to why this technology not going much farther, because we need to change.
You believe it's more cultural and less regulatory?
The regulators, the politicians, and this has been studied, and I could share with you the documentation to show you this, they are not in favor of this technology. Okay, in general, so this is not going to come from the politicians. It needs to come from civic society, from people, from us. And for us to do that, first I think we need to take in our hands the destiny of our lives and start to think we need to make decisions that make impacts in our lives. And we need to look how to do that. This is just a technology. This is not the answer to all the problems. It's just a tool, just one tool. And yeah, we should use it more.
Thanks.
Okay, so we'll have to close. Nuno, thank you so much for your pitch. Congratulations. And now we're going to go to Porto, and I'll call to the stage in Porto Luciano Zickler from Empty Dent.
Yeah, hello, can you hear me?
Hello, yes, we can hear you.
Can we have the slides on this? Perfect. Okay, so thank you all for being here. I'm very excited to be pitching today. I am Luciano. I'm the CTO of Empident, and we are revolutionizing oral healthcare everywhere over the world. Okay, now it works. So everybody loves a beautiful smile, right? But half of the entire world population actually suffers from some kind of oral disease. In fact, the World Health Organization tells us that oral health diseases are the most prevalent diseases in the world. So providing accessible oral healthcare all over the world is a very much needed thing in these times. So what are the pains here? For one, there's difficult access to this care, right? So it can be isolated communities, for instance, in some rural areas. somewhere in Brazil, or it can be also in Africa. And even here, rural areas have 10 times less density of dentists than populated areas like Porto. The other thing is long commutes. That's mostly for the US and for Brazil. And I mean, Porto is also getting way more congested by the day. And then the other problem is obviously the high value on the aesthetic, right? So we are never sure if we should actually pay for what the dentist asks us to pay, right? Because is this treatment really necessary or not? We don't really know, right? It's a little bit like Uber before the the taxis before Uber, right? You didn't know how much you would end up paying, and you would just trust the ride and see where it got you. And now that we can actually take these rides into our own hands and see how much we pay, we have much better control over what we get of that ride and making that decision, right? So these are the main pain points. For the dentist, there's 3 main points. The biggest economic factor for dentists is having a lot of chaired time disposable for them. So the more chaired time they can get freed up, the more money they make, basically. And the other thing is, right now, you have all the checkups in person, or there's some also teleconsultations, but it's in real time. And we're going to change that, how this works, so that dentists can address way more people than right now. So basically, MPDent is about continuous care, anytime, anywhere, with your teeth, right? We are the first ones to have a smart teledentistry approach, where we do asynchronous teleconsultation, which is also supported by AI, so that consultation times can come down from 10 minutes to around 2 minutes, which is an 80% efficiency increase in chair time, which is a lot for dentists. The way it works is we have a platform where we do the asynchronous assessment. For that, we have a camera with which you can scan your teeth. Then the AI can find the biggest risks in your oral health, and the dentist then can go and basically have a look at what the risky areas are and save a lot of time and do that asynchronously. So the secret sauce is basically what I just said. We have this dental camera, looks like a toothbrush, but instead of a brush, it has a little camera. You can scan your teeth. We have a patent pending on all of that. Then we have a proprietary dental AI as well, which is capable of detecting plaque and also other biomarkers like infections, oxygen saturation, and so on, which are indicators of oral diseases. Then we have the app for the end user to monitor their own health. And here the big thing is, it's the first time that you can actually make your own oral health disease visible. So right now you go to the dentist and the dentist is like, well, you have this problem, right? And you will just have to believe them. But now you can just see it directly on your teeth. So we segment wherever you have a problem, make it visible, and then you can see in your teeth or, well, in your photos where you have actually a problem, right? And because you can track that longitudinally, you will always be informed on your oral health. Okay, so another big benefit for the dentists, this helps in new patient acquisition and also in upsells, right? So the way it works right now is you go to the dental hygienist to have a checkup, to get a professional cleaning, right? And then the dental hygienist will tell you, oh, you should go to the dentist because you have a problem. And what we are doing is basically, we are a dental hygienist for you at home, from the convenience of your home. And so everything that is kind of like this preliminary diagnosis, you can already do that. Okay, I'm being told we have a little time issue. So yeah, basically, let's go into our business model. We have several revenue streams. The biggest of them is smart monitoring for patients. That's subscription-based. That has to do with that longitudinal monitoring that I said before. But we also have already a pilot in place with a German insurance company, which will pay with that. The prospect market is pretty big. There's 3 main markets right now. Right now we are focusing on severe gum diseases and implants, which is a 15 billion market worldwide. And yeah, our team is myself, Luciano. I'm an AI scientist, previous founder as well of another company. Alexander is our imaging expert, theoretical physicist, and then also did all the camera work. And Sandra Paz used to be a marketing officer for Vela and for Procter & Gamble. So we have a pretty good team to achieve this. And yes, we're on track. If you want to see more about the roadmap, we can discuss that later as well. And finally, our ask is 750,000 for a pre-seed round, where we want to achieve a medically certified MDR1 product, which we are currently testing. We have our first investor already on board with 100,000, so still 650 to go. And yeah, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Luciano. So, do we have any questions from Porto today?
Thank you. Thank you, Nuno. No, Luciano. Pardon me. So, you mentioned, so I will give you 1 minute to explain more, because you just mentioned, what will be the path to go to market?
Great. Can we maybe put the roadmap back on? I'm not sure. Well, okay. So anyways, I think it's easier like this. So there's a regulatory part involved with this, because you have to be medically certified, right? And so it is a lot about user testing, and then also doing clinical trials. And what we're doing is we go with a user testing-based approach. So we roll out each feature with our small customer base first. We test if it makes sense to incorporate that feature. And then we move forward to performance testing that, and to also get the validation for the clinical trial at the same time with these performance tests. And so our market entrance will probably be by the end of, sorry.
In terms of market, I saw in another slide that you had something related with insurance companies. So the guys that will be paying in the end, right?
Yeah.
So what is your approach?
So right now, the ones paying for it are the end consumers. In Germany, the insurance will actually pay for these end consumers if they have severe gum disease. And the other systems are private. Yeah, it's value-based healthcare, and it makes sense for the dentist as a tool of retention and new customer acquisition. So it will be a shared subscription between the two of them. Yes, it will be around, well, it will be subscription based, and it will be 120 to 150 per year. Thank you.
Thank you, Luciano. I have a question. Do you have any kind of market validation that there's this need that needs to be corrected? Because I think the dentist area is a little bit different in the hospital typical appointments, because they really want to put hands in the dirt. They like to see and touch. It's a little bit different than the simple appointment. So I would like to know what kind of tests and validation that right now do you have?
Yeah, great. So actually, there's plenty of things we've done. The first is this is a pivot. Actually, we had already a first product, which was a blue light plaque detection marker, which would only activate with blue light, also patented. And this one was selling quite good, but it turned out that people actually need more monitoring and being able to know their progress. And so that's when we pivoted to basically doing a mobile health app together with a monitoring tool. And then there's also very promising signs from Brazil as an entry market. People are very, very interested in, beautiful smiles. And so they are more inclined to actually be monitoring their oral health a lot. And they are even, paying for that privately. Yeah.
Okay, so there is space for that, let's say, checkup appointment in the dentist area.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Great, thank
you, Luciano. Thank you. Can we have a round of applause in Lisbon? Thank you. And now we'll go on here with Afonso Maia from Surfrec.
Where are the slides? It's blocked. Okay, let's go. Let's try. So, under the motto, the better you surf, the more you have fun, Surfrec is aiming to revolutionize the way people experience their surfing. And when we say surf, we mean all the wave sports, bodyboarding, body surfing, all of them. The global surf market has been increasing drastically, with Portugal being one of the standouts. The amateur surfers are the vast majority of the surfing community, and I have been one of these surfers for 40 years. And we've been filling the needs of two things: filming and coaching. People nowadays, they want to live life and enjoy life to the fullest, seek out the benefits of personal development and of course, share all these on social media. According to a market research we did in 2022, the majority of surfers find very hard to get filmed, and many never had that chance. Thanks to video analysis, online coaching is a very efficient solution for these surfers. But for that, okay, the animations are not working. Okay, but for that, they need videos to send to the coach, and that's the missing link. So online coaching is an efficient solution, but they don't have film videos to send to the coach. So we realized that by providing this surf footage, we are also enabling the massification of online coaching. To solve that problem, SurfRec created the camera sharing concept, an app for sharing cameras available in the main surf spots, ready to film any surfer on demand. We've developed a robotized camera that's guided by a tracking device, guarantees the full coverage of every wave of a given session. This is not working, there was a video. Okay, so once we were democratizing the surf footage, we are positioned to promote the coaching. And for that, we are preparing the first global platform for online coaching with access to professional surf coaches from all over the world, ready to help any surfer at any level, just a click away. For the rollout, these are the locations we chose based on criteria that impact revenue optimizations. And as the business model, the filming service is charged per minute, like scooters in cities, and the coaching sessions will be charged per unit. And this is a classical B2M business model combining both B2C and B2B. Without much time to introduce properly the team, I will give you a glimpse of the most impactful elements, and here are the founders. Some of them might be, you might know, and also the advisors, and I would point out Peter Rive from Solar City. I'll give you a little time to read the rest of the people. And after validating the Portuguese market, we want to go abroad, starting with the main European markets in 2025, expanding for the main global markets in 26, and then worldwide. All right, surfing this wave with us is above all being part of the next surfing revolution, the age of the common surfer. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Afonso, and I'm sorry for all these technical problems. So now I'll pass the word to the jury.
Hi. Can you describe a bit better the units that are stationary in the beach? They are really stationary, they are automated, they need someone to operate it. How does that function?
Yeah, okay, so the model is an on-demand model. No one is going to be there, so it's all automatic. The idea is for people that are already users, and our unit is it's a solar panel, 4 to 6 cameras on the top, a digital kiosk to access the service. Why? Because our users are going to be fully equipped, no phone on their hands, and they're gonna make the sign-in on the kiosk, and then the system will dispense the tracker that he's going to put on the arm, and he's going to surf. So he's going to surf for the time he wants, and then when he gives back the armband, the time is over, and when he gets into his car, on his app, he's going to have his footage on the app.
It's one unit for the entire beach.
Yeah, it's one unit.
Which means that if someone operates the camera, anyone could access the same images for the whole session and everyone have the service just paying one time.
What do you mean? I didn't ask.
They can share. Surfers know each other. They can share the
No problem.
image, so they have all the same image from the same afternoon.
No, we are actually the camera is going to follow only the user.
Okay.
Okay, because the user has as a tracking device that communicates with the camera. The camera is programmed to follow only that surfer.
Okay.
This also allows us to comply with the RGPD laws, because we are not filming anyone that didn't gave any authorization.
Okay. Where are you going to produce those units?
What do you mean? The units, the cameras, or the all units?
The whole unit.
Well, with the producer of these kind of things, we have a prototypation already. We didn't choose the partner, but it's I mean, it's industry.
Okay. Well done, Afonso. Okay.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
You're really passionate about this. It's obvious,
Yes.
and so that's a huge asset. Do you think surfers will pay for this? Amateur surfers or more the pro ones?
No, actually, all the project is addressing amateur surfers. But why? Because the pro surfers, they don't have any need of this. There's no pain for them. They are filmed whenever they want. We're the best cameramans in the world, so.
And I mean pros, yes, the more advanced ones.
Yeah. But the thing is, this is for amateur surfers, which, as I told you, I'm a surfer for 40 years, and I'm really rarely get filmed. So this is a huge pain point we all have, and also for the coaching, because actually we are filming people not for the filming. It's more to enable the online coaching, because also, I mean, most of you maybe are thinking, what is this guy talking about? With a lot of surf schools everywhere, but actually the surf schools are not addressing to these surfers. They are addressing to the absolute beginners or to the athletes. And these surfers are 97% of the community. We are talking about millions of people worldwide. They are really struggling to have footage and online and any kind of coaching.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you so much, Afonso. Another round of applause. And now I'll call Tomás Raio from Face It Out to the stage in Porto.
So let's wait for the slides. All right, so what if I told you that we can use a century-old dormant technology that can help us save plastic pollution in oceans and soils? As you know, is a big deal right now. Well, the problem is that we consume a lot and we'll keep consuming goods. And these goods come with single-use plastic packaging. That is made mainly of plastic, which is a highly durable and a very, very difficult material to recycle in terms of its material properties, but as well as its economics. So we actually have very low rates of recycling worldwide, even in Europe. And we end up either burning them or burying them. And yeah, we need to actually change this. So Phase It Out is a startup founded by me. And we use actually recycled cellulose fibers, so cardboard and papers. And we produce any, what would be a styrofoam or a plastic foam. We produce in recycled material for any product, any geometry, any size. Well, the end product has a very, very good material properties that compete with traditional foams. It's 100% made of recycled material, 100% recyclable with, well, through our traditional recycling system, meaning Eco Ponto Azul. And its biodegradability, it's way better than traditional plastics. Again, performance is as equal as any other plastic foam. Well, at Phase It Out, we're actually trying, this is nothing new, the technology is not new. Again, it's like 1 century old. We're trying to solve 2 main problems, which is the lack of offer. Red dots mean the European suppliers right now that offer these kind of solutions. And then we're trying to also face the expensive tooling that exists, which is mainly made of aluminum and very manual. So we're going for 3D FDM tools, so 3D printed tools, which are very cheap. So we can lower the entry level for any kind of solution. So any company with any output of products or even a product development from the start can have sustainable packaging inside. We have a very, very fast prototyping and a very, very fast go for production and any kind of personalization as 3D printing allows. We're actually on business right now. We're going with some of these customers with pilots. We're producing, and in case you have any connections or any kind of advices, feel free to connect via LinkedIn.
Funcionar? Ah, okay. So, any questions from Porto?
More than a question, I have a commentary. It was very well spoken, and thank you for acknowledging a very big problem in today's society as pollution, and to bring a solution that is new and that can solve a problem that is worldwide. So thank you for coming.
Tomás, can you explain me, please, because I couldn't follow your presentation there. You said that you had like an advantage coming from tooling, if I understood, like 3D printing and having the...
Yeah, so...
Can you explain a little bit better?
Yeah, so 3D tooling actually, I would have to explain the production process, which is very simply...
So this is a question of you being differentiating something.
Yeah, so...
you have two businesses?
No, I
No?
have one.
How come?
Oh, well, the business is we develop and we produce with 3D printed tools. Mm-hmm. All right, so we develop the packaging solution. So you're a customer, you have a product, you want packaging.
Business number one.
Yeah.
And then?
And we also use 3D printed tools, so we lower costs.
What is your innovation here? If I
3D printed tools.
That you develop?
That we developed, yeah.
Okay, so business number two. Can you sell that?
Well, it's combined in one business,
can
but
you
yeah.
Can you sell this?
Probably it's not the focus right now. The focus is actively
engineering or manufacturing.
Yeah.
You can say.
Yeah, it could be something like that. Yes, as well.
So
it could diverge to something like that. Yeah,
okay.
It's not the focus right now, but yes.
Okay, so it is a suggestion just to you to think about two different paths that you can just pick from here and try to assess which one eventually is more promising for you.
Yeah, I think for now we'll go with we'll do the production. We have you have right here some samples. They are made with 3D printed molds. So we have the technology, it's fairly good. And we'll go with the production and the 3D printed tooling as well.
Okay, okay. Congratulations. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. A round of applause for Tomas. And now I'll call to the stage Pedro Del Rio to present us with SAP. Good luck.
Thank you. Okay. So, two things before start. Can we start? Can we start? Yeah. Two things. One, I'm exhilarated to be here alongside with investors, with everyone in the room in Porto also. And a special hello to Rita. Rita was my senior manager in Leon Network. Second part, I'm also exhilarated because this week I've been nominated by LinkedIn to be a top voice of UX UI design. And I'm going to start by this one. In this crowded room, who has an electric vehicle or plug-in hybrid electric vehicle? 1, 2, 3, okay. And who's planning to buy one? 3, 4, 5 people. So this is what for those who are planning to buy. This is what they promised you. Yay! What you got? This doesn't work. I'm running out of battery. I'm not reaching my destination. Fuck. So this is what happens. ZAP is here to innovate and build the ground up of electric mobility in Portugal. What we are going to do is we are constituting ourselves as an electric mobility service planner, for supplier planner to supply you energy, and an operator of a charging point operator. What does this mean? With an electric mobility supply planner, you can charge your car from Bragança to Vila-Real, Sant Antonio, and wherever. But as a charging point, and this is the tipping point, we are going to reimagine what a charging point should be. Because what happens now, it's from the big companies like Galp, Prio, whatever, you know, you'll find the stations, very cool stations, but when you're charging during the winter, you have to plug the card with one button side, hand with the other, and the card like this one. This is your reality. And what we are going to do is build a structure to cover you and your goods, your car, your motorbike, wherever. And we are going to put amenities like you want to drink a coffee, you'll have it. You want to buy a snack, you'll have it, like a gas station. What's the reality right now? 37% of the market share in the streets is electric cars. And when I mean electric cars, is fully electric, battery electric vehicles, or plug-in hybrid electrics. Right now, year over year, the growth rate of the electric vehicles is 91.9%. And most important than this, we are filling very fast, as per regulation for the European Union, we have to plant 70,000 new charging stations just in Portugal until 2050. So let's ride on this one, and thank you for having me.
So, questions from the jury?
And
Do we have?
I will send the pitch to anyone who wants it.
Pedro?
Yes.
Yeah, great presentation without the deck. You are talking about an infrastructure business.
Yes.
And infrastructure business, it's way expensive. Needs more than financial resources. Needs a lot of things. Why not the big players? The big players are going to make the same. Why are you going to be a relevant player in the ecosystem?
Because one thing that I understood, and I'm talking personally because I have an electric vehicle, I believe I need some changes. Of course, big players will always be there. I'm from Lourinhã right now. I live in Lourinhã, and until last year there was no rapid charging stations in Lourinhã. Right now, in this week, Galp installed 5 from just in 1 week. So this is always going to happen, but the big players are making the same mistake. People, and if you talk in the street or go to the charging station, no one likes to charge a car and get wet or get meltdown in the sun in the summer. So we are tackling this by creating a small charging network. From now we are going just to start with one because it's like 30,000 for 30K for just one station. But we wanted to do a place where people are not charging the car, but they are getting an experience. And it's what the electric mobility promised us and where they fell short.
Yeah, but that is the user speaking.
Yeah.
The business owner doesn't have to be user himself. Sometimes it helps, okay? Because when you are the user you have a certain bias, and the problem is everything evolves in the way that balance between the service and the profit is adjusted to the company. The big players are going to develop lots and lots of stations, and they are going to provide the amenities enough to assure that the users are going to use the infrastructure.
That's the risk, and the risk is real. But I do believe that, and this is my personal opinion from my experience, what I'm seeing right now is the big players positioning themselves near highways, Galp, Priu, Shell, whatever, and the smaller ones. I don't tell me about me because I haven't launched it yet, but other companies near highways where the roads are very frequently. So I believe that there's market for both of the spaces, and of course, if ZEP sticks and if Galp thinks ZEP's a great option. They just bought one of the biggest competitors last year, Mobiletric. So that's the thing.
Just one more question.
Yes.
Are you alone? You don't.
For now,
okay.
But I'm seeking. I'm waiting a Techstars decision, a New York Techstars decision to find a co-founder, because I need someone within the utilities market.
Pedro, really quick. What great surprise to see you here, and after all these years, you can still surprise me. But and congrats on the project. We'll for sure talk later. I didn't understand at what stage is your company?
Pre-seed.
Your project? Okay.
We are launching that next year.
Okay, so we'll talk.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pedro.
I just forgot to thank Startup Portugal, who is my incubator and was the first one to believe in this project. Thank you.
A round of applause for Startup Portugal and all the incubators helping our startups. And now I want to call Emanuel Rodrigues from RT to Porto stage.
Let me just try this out. Yep, it works. So thank you for being here, spending our evening together. And next to dinner time, it's good to talk about food, and that's what I'm about to talk to. And start with a story, because 30 years ago, we had around 5 billion people on this planet. Right now, we have 8 billion, and very, very soon, we will have 10 billion. Which means that feeding a growing world population sustainably is this generation's ultimate challenge. Not only that, but producing food and agriculture takes up for 70% of the world's freshwater supply, 50% of our land, and a quarter of the greenhouse gas emissions. Not only that, but the food that we eat comes from an average distance of 2,000 kilometers, and we lose a third of it in between. So these numbers are round and very clear. We are eating our way into extinction. And to solve that, we have to go back to the farm, so farm to fork. And the solution is RT. At RT, we are deploying a digital fresh food marketplace connecting local suppliers with conscious consumers and sustainable cities and companies around them. How does this work to everyone? So farmers go into our platform and they are enabled with a digital sales channel enhanced with AI insights for them to know about the best prices, the best practices, and the feedback directly from the consumers. The consumers themselves can just go online and conveniently choose, purchase, and receive it at home or in one of the locations around them, namely their digital local market, which is, again, now digital, or their employers' headquarters that now can benefit their employees in a sustainable and green way. And the good thing is that there has never been such a growing demand for local organic products, and with sustainability now, compliance, and also a trend, companies, cities, consumers, and even farmers are on the hunt for solutions like ours. And it brings us money, which is very good for us and for the investors and for our impact. And because of that, we have at least 3 revenue models, mostly in B2B2C. And not only that, but we kind of feel that we are a bit different because, of course, you've heard about farm to fork. I mean, during the pandemics, we heard many solutions like baskets, etc. But we know that, and we know that's why none of the solutions exist now. And because of that, we went to the big numbers. So let's connect them to cities, let's connect them to companies. Not only that, but also let's make this more efficient, more optimized. And because of that, we digitalize and optimize via data, which allows for data-driven decision-making and allows us for our efficiency based on the software. And at the end, this is what we do mostly. Not only that, but we power all of this effort with a team of multidisciplinary, from farmers with very long experience on the field, to double MBAs, to every other element. And I've been warned about the time. And because of that, I just want to give you two informations. One, we just released last month the platform to everyone, so you can use it wherever you are in Portugal. And you will be along with 1,000 users. And not only that, but we will be growing more in the next months, and we are raising funds for us to grow even more and sustain this growth. So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and eat healthy.
Okay, so now the questions from the jury.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Can you explore a little bit more the idea of the acquisition of your customers?
Yeah, sure. So as I mentioned, I touched on that. We believe on leveraging the big numbers. And that's why we go to cities, to companies, and to producer associations. So we can input more farmers in just one channel. We can also input more consumers, but also both in terms of the city market. And that's our strategy to get more users, well, whatever kind of users, faster and impact more at the end.
It will be digital acquisition only, or?
Not only, no.
What kind of channels are you?
Yeah, right now we have the common channels like social media, obviously, which are the least developed ones, because where we get most of our users actually is via direct contacting, in-person contacting. Farmers also like this direct touch, and that's why we leverage these combinations. Like we go into one meeting with many farmers because the producer associations allow us to go there, and we co-organize that, and that helps us to do the best in terms of personal relationship, but multiplying the numbers. Yeah.
Thank you for your presentation. And I used to work with one of your founders. At least I analyzed a project that was kind of the same with Michel.
Yeah.
So I worked with him last year. So I'd like to know from last year, because he presented me a fresh food marketplace, the same that you are presenting now. So from last year, what has been the evolution since Michel entered your team?
I do not know if he presented you his idea, because
it was his idea. So I want to know like a little bit what was the substitution of his ideas. What are the new keys?
Yeah. So the story is short. he was alone in his idea. He had a lot of willpower to do that. We needed someone very skilled like him. And so we joined forces. And since then, basically, he was at the idea stage. We are already deployed, and the evolution has been crazy, like a positive crazy. So we basically went from a closed beta. We had a lot of usage, but in a closed beta environment. Right now we launched, we just increased our user base twofold in the last month alone. And the growth is here. We are, which is ironically because we are at the lowest amount of variety of product stage, because spring and summer is the most colorful and tasty seasons. And yeah, so we are starting to grow since we've launched, and I believe that it will continue.
Oh, yes, you know, he has incredible knowledge about the sector and the activity. So I was interested to know what was the evolution since then. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Emmanuel. Round of applause. And now I'm calling Pedro Rocha from Sajasan to pitch.
Hello? Ok. Sage Scan. Ok. Deixa eu ver aqui como fazer. Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone. Good night. And I'm here to present you Sage Scan. That is the future of market research and business analysis with AI. I believe most of you had once in your lifetime to make a market research, a business analysis, and I wouldn't even dare that right now, end of the year, many of us are rushing to make reports. And so all of you will be aware that this is very time consuming. Research and build reports is something that everybody really cares about, and they have to do it properly. And I even, talking to consulting firms, I came to a number that in average, they take 52 hours to create a full business report for their clients. This is an average, and in one shot, but this actually takes what? More than a month, if you really go forward. And when we talk about incubation programs, we have a lot of startups all over the country. We have many incubation programs stating that it takes about 2 months to come up with a minimum business plan. So this is something that takes time. And that is why we came up with this idea that an agentic AI platform for market research and business analysis that provides you swift and informed decision-making so that you can have a work of weeks in minutes for your companies. It's about not limited to old data, reliable with sources and without hallucination. A lot of problems that people consider today when using ChatGPT or other tools. So we are targeting consulting firms, incubation programs, investment funds, and also talking directly with startups, but they are not our main customers because they are going to use only once. So the clear benefits that we provide them is a better time management, because as they don't have to spend that much time with manual work, they can actually spend more time with the clients. They can have better data because the tool will research all over the web for them. And they will also have a differentiation because it's a very competitive market and they will have new tools to make it in 10% of the time of the competitors. So the tool is fully working and it's meant for being very easy to use. So you just have to give a brief explanation of your project. And from that, you have all the analysis to run, SWOT analysis, past analysis, monetization strategies. You can have it all. And this is a testimony that, to me, was one of the best. Samuel Batista from Logaru. He has a team. They created the company they are running for many months. And in 1 minute, the tool gave the same results as they achieved regarding monetization strategies in months. So what if they could have started with that and improving all over the months? They would be much further. So, but why now? This is something very interesting. It's a blue ocean. When we talk about AI right now, we have a lot of companies working on general purpose solutions, very oriented to developers, or even to chatbot solutions that you have to talk a lot. I don't like to talk with computers. I want to give an instruction and go away, and the computer works for me. And you can see that all of them received dozens of millions in investments. But a very specialized one, we have only a small one, Cognosis, but really focus on autonomous agents and market research and business analysis. I'm still trying to find, and every consulting firm I talk to, they don't know of any other. So we have our model on individual packages for startups, entrepreneurs, business, and premium, especially because we allow also to create custom automations for the company, if the company needs. We are totally focusing on the consulting firms that we have 2.4 consulting firms all over the globe, and just in Portugal, 38,000, in Europe, 1 million for now. And we didn't come up with this in a blink, no. In August, we launched a strategic foresight platform with AI that we received more than 150 professionals from all over the world testing and giving amazing feedback, but we saw that we had to go further. So we created an AI agents builder, so we can create many other agents in-house. Then we launched SageScan 2 days before Web Summit, and in 2 days we had the first paying customer, but we were targeting entrepreneurs. And we started to talk with consulting firms, and all of them were, I want it, I want it, I want it. And then we changed it a little bit, and now, last week, we launched the new version focusing on consulting firms. Okay, so this thing was making agentic AI even before it became a trend. If you are not aware, this is about having an AI working alone, working autonomously for you. And this is the trend for 2024. And we have been doing for a few months already. Otávio is my CTO. We are together on that. And we just want to help you level up your business by creating an account so you can just go there and use. It's fully working, fully available. So please come together.
Thank you, Pedro. And now, our jury, do you have questions?
Pedro, again, all participants are Pedros. So you don't mention exactly where you are and what do you need now? Investments, team. What you have a product, you are able to sell it right now, as I assume. What do you need?
Yes, exactly. My prior experience with investment was told me that I want to have some numbers before actually negotiating. So we are launching now to sell first. I would say that team is something that I'm building up, but we are focusing now on selling clients to go for an investment when we have something, because we made it already. So we will want help to grow, but for the next 2-3 months we just want to focus on selling.
So you need cases, different cases, different sectors, and you need some sales team to manage them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exactly. Thanks.
Yes, congrats on the project.
Thank you.
It's a really tough market. I hate to put this question, but how are you adding value to this market? How are you in terms of the company? Yeah.
But what markets you mean? Consulting firms or AI?
AI and consulting firms, and mixing the two of them, because there are lots of offer. I think it's a market with I've been getting to know some players in this market, and so.
Yeah, I think it's very much about how we position ourselves. When we talk about AI, it's really a commodity nowadays. Everybody can create kind of similar things, indeed. But as I said, we were developing an agents platform before it became mainstream, and we have a very clear focus. I'm building up on my experience with a lot of trend researchers, a lot of companies that have market intelligence departments. So we are making something very specific. And this is something that the market's not doing. We have some very small players doing business plan creators or business plan validators in one click. That is meant for early stage entrepreneurs. That is not like, it's really hard to sell something for an early stage entrepreneur. They don't want to pay for anything. So by focusing on this B2B approach, for the consulting firms, we have a lot to add value. And I have been talking to dozens of consulting firms for the last month, and all of them were waiting for us to launch this new version last week. And now, unfortunately, it's Christmas, so yeah.
But with the consulting firms, it's more on the reporting side, right?
The research.
Research.
Yeah, more on the research and some custom analysis as well. But it's really about, it's not about replacing the analysts. It's about speeding up their work, especially the initial phase, and allowing them to focus on what really matters.
As I'm working in investment funds, and we have ESG funds and impact funds. Do you work in that area? Or could you do some?
And this is something that I created one analysis there with a professional, an ESG professional, that is about sustainable business models. So especially with a lot of startups trying to apply for the startup voucher, we had an analysis showing what could be the potential impacts regarding ESG and what SDGs the projects were associated with. So we can create that. We created one example only, but it's really something possible.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Pedro. And now, last but not least, I want to call Rui Castro to present Backlash Code. I think I said it right. Did I, Rui?
Hello, /code.
Okay. Good luck.
Okay, okay, thank you very much. Hello, everyone. So, as it was said, we are /code. We make it easier to manage funded projects using our tool that is Project Control. Project Control, it is a web-based application that simplifies the management of funded research and innovation projects. It is unique because it targets the specificities of this type of projects, like payment requests, timesheets, and things like that. Our team has more than 20 years of experience in managing this type of projects and more than 8 years in developing web applications. And the software is available as a software as a service on the cloud or on premises. But what is the problem that we are trying to solve? The problem is that most organizations continue using Excel to manage research and innovation projects. And while Excel is a great tool, it was not designed to do this. So what happens is that it is very easy to lose track of the latest versions of the budgets, for example, and the information gets stored in several folders, it gets dispersed, it gets inaccessible to a lot of people. So this becomes a chaotic management environment. The reality shows, though, that it is still like this. People just use Excel because project management software is quite complex to use, and you do not want to train everybody in doing that. So the fact is that these organizations lose track of their projects. They do not have real time and access to their projects' KPIs. To fix this and all other problems, we have then developed Project Control. Project Control, it is a tool that defines a well-defined process to track and create research and innovation projects. It greatly improves the management efficiency by providing real-time figures of costs, revenues, and cash flows. And it has a very simple and intuitive UI that allows that everybody becomes a project manager, even without specialized training. Up to the moment, we already have 4 clients using our tool, 2 in Portugal and 2 abroad, with more than 300 active users. We have several leads with several other organizations that have to deal with research and innovation projects. And our expansion plan is to target most organizations that deal with research and innovation projects. Our business model, it is a subscription model. It is based on a yearly licensing fee that grows with the client's team size, while the cost per user also decreases with the team size. Our value proposition is based on efficiency, simplicity, improved collaboration among all stakeholders, and on a well-established workflow to authorize and track the projects. Our clients are basically every organization that deals with research and innovation projects, like SMEs, large companies, research centers, universities, and consulting companies. We intend to reach them through direct contacts, through networking events, and online presence. And as I said, our product stands out specifically because it is concerned with the issues, the particular issues of public funding. It was developed in close contact with end users throughout the years and provides real-time information to all stakeholders. This is the team, myself and my colleagues, Nino and Vinicius. And thank you very much. We are /code, and our mission is to simplify the management of research and innovation projects.
Thank you.
Thank you for your pitch. I really enjoyed it. You mentioned 4 clients that you have right now. Can you tell me some feedback that they gave to you and about those leads that you have, what kind of stage they are, and if you are negotiating with it, if it's customizable, if they asked for some customization on your product?
Sure. One of our clients is the organization where I currently work. It is Fraunhofer Portugal. It's a large research institute based here in Porto. That is a part of the largest research and innovation organization that exists in Europe, the Fraunhofer Association. Okay, that is located in Germany. Other clients that we have are 2 other Fraunhofer institutes. One is located in Italy, and the other one is located in the UK, in Scotland. And there is also a collaborative lab here in Portugal, the Alma Science one, that is located at Universidade Nova of Lisbon. Yes, it is possible to customize. Both me and my colleagues, we have developed the tool so we can customize it, and we have done it, and it is one of the most interesting revenue sources that we also have besides the licensing.
Okay, but you have some type of feedback of those clients. They are enjoying the product. They are seeking to extend extend using your product. Have you any kind of information about that?
Yes, sure. For example, Fraunhofer Italy has asked us to create an API so they could retrieve some information from our database and integrate it with another tool that they have that is SharePoint based.
So you can develop integrations in the client system as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Rui, thank you very much and congratulations for solving a problem. Can you share a little bit more with us what is your ambition in terms of business? What do you expect to have as a revenue in total, say it in 5 years? How big can be the company?
I think we can go up, well, in 5 years, in terms of yearly revenues, maybe 500,000 up to 1 million. Hopefully, maybe more, but it depends very much on market traction, I think.
In 5 years?
Yeah, I'm saying this by heart with no sustainable numbers here, but yeah, I guess.
Are you full-time with this or?
Mostly, yes.
Mostly, okay. So are you doing the commercial sales side?
We are just 3, as I said. My colleagues are developers. I am doing the commercialization, yes.
Okay.
I have some support from Fraunhofer in Portugal, but mostly it's me doing that, yeah.
And you tend to grow mainly through network, contacts?
Direct contacts
events.
From me and my colleagues, events, participation in conferences, in fairs. For example, we attended the Web Summit. We have already had the possibility to showcase the tool. We have gotten some contacts also from the Web Summit.
Can you go direct? So that are there lists where you can just go and jump to them and
I think so. I am also trusting a little bit on mouth-to-mouth conversations. So, for example, our clients, this has already happened. Fraunhofer UK has talked to another institute in Germany, and they said, we have here a great tool that you might like to see, and they got in touch with us, and I have done some demonstration and so on.
This is an independent business, or it is related with Fraunhofer?
It is related with Fraunhofer. It's a spin-off of Fraunhofer.
It is a spin-off.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Rui.
Welcome.
Thank you, Rui. So, we've come to an end. So, while our jury chooses the winners, I just want to thank everybody for being here today. It's been a great year. It's also been the first year where we're doing this partnership with UPTEC and Câmara Municipal do Porto. So I want to thank a lot to the community in Porto for all that they've done to do this, to make this dream of Startup Portugal come true, which was to make the Hangout a reality in these 2 cities and make it available for entrepreneurs in the south and in the north of Portugal. So a round of applause for UPTEC and Porto Municipality. And before we go, I just want to remind you that the year is almost over, but we still have news for you. So next week we'll launch a business abroad application. So please stay tuned to our website and our social media. And I will also urge you to subscribe our newsletter and to know all of the news about Startup Portugal for the next year. And I wish that everyone has like a wonderful year of 2024 and a wonderful Christmas, okay? So I hope that our jury in Porto is ready. I don't know if anyone can give us a hint. Do I have a... No?
Operation phase. Thank you very much.
Okay. So, I don't know, Francisco? No.
Yes, we have a winner.
Yes. Oh, okay, cool. Because I can see you, but I can hear you. So, okay. So I'll call Carlos and Rita to tell us the winner from Lisbon, the Lisbon Pitch Marathon. So, the winner is?
And the winner, well, first of all, thank you to Startup Portugal, and thank you to all of you. Thank you all for being here, and Startup Portugal for being so dynamic, and we are really proud to be part of this ecosystem. We have to, and we don't celebrate that much, and this had to be said. And with no further ado, let's announce the winner. It's Surfrec.
We have a special goodie bag for you for Christmas. Okay. Thank you and congratulations, Afonso. Thank you so much. Now you can You can use your cap for your surf sessions. Okay, Antonio, are you ready?
Great. Congratulations. Well, from Porto, we also have a winner, and I will call, with no further ado, Orti. Woo!
Okay, so congratulations.
Okay, let's try it. Oh,
It fits.
marvelous. You're ready to rock. Congratulations. Well, thank you all. Don't forget that we have a drink now here in Porto at Easy next door. So let's talk a little bit and drink a glass of wine or beer. And there in Lisbon at Ferroviário. Merry Christmas to you all. Happy New Year. And thank you very much.
Thank you.